I forgot they said that they were going to have more sliders. Anyway, hi, welcome back. I'm Brainerror, and today we are playing more the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. But it has turned into the Stanley Parable 2, and last time when I started up, they said they were going to have more sliders. So here we go, a new slider. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Confirm. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh. There. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Scrumtush. Occuboincle. Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is it the time that it is right now to correct the time? Is the time that it is now the correct time? Yes. What time is it anyway? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. I think the sliders are from the narrator's perspective, right? So here we are, the Stanley Parable 2. I think the thing is with this is that I can take the bucket to all the endings as well. And then there might be some new stuff with the endings, but I'll do some other things first. Also, somebody else pointed out to me that when I had the whole jig with taking the plug out of the telephone, or the telephone plug out of the socket, I should say. And the narrator was like, hey, you're a real person, that's not right. Apparently that was gearing up towards another ending, but I diverted, so I never got it. So I'm gonna see if I can get that one. Because, you know, I want to see as many endings as possible. And people said that I should...
This is the story of a man.
No. Thank you for those who did actually give feedback. It was very useful for me. And yeah, I'm glad that people still wanted to see more stuff, even if it was just one person. But I'll just pretend it's more than one person who wanted to see more. So thank you, and we're gonna continue. So yeah, the balloons are here now.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Happy 12th birthday.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What is being so noisy? Is that you?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, I'm trying to find... Oh, there I am. Yes! There I am. This is what I wanted. Am I out?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah, why not? Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay. Sing for me.
There once was a man
Named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yeah. You too will become quite unbearable.
That was great. How is that miserable? You gonna sing it again? Is that it? Can I keep walking? Alright. It says resume game. That was good. I actually forgot about one of those endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why did my earring fall out? So we've got a few right-hand side ones that I still gotta do. Can I take one of these balloons? Have we been on this side yet?
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Bucket!
Why was he not doing it?
Where? Oh shit, I didn't see you.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Why do all the doors stay open now? Huh. I've got a bucky.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Aww.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I will go to the cargo lift. Oh, what's this though? Oh, I thought it... Whoa. Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Where does this go? No, wait, whoa, what? You what? What? What's this? Is this another Easter egg? Probably. Beware of the referee of pain. Help! Help! The striped shirt savage is tearing off my arm! Well, I wasn't expecting this. But I have other way to go there too, so I guess we're gonna go back. That's cool. So I guess we gotta go back to whatever. The warehouse. Sorry. Trying to think about 100 other things. That was the narrator.
Okay, This is day number 295. Take number... I don't even know. I've
252.
lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel
Euphoria.
every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down,
That's a problem.
it doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. My precious. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
You what? All right. There you go. We're gonna go this way now. Can I? What? Oh, just giving me the Oh, it's another Stanley.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
Yay!
Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Where can I buy one? Yeah, well, the thing is that I'm now kind of stuck. So that means I've got to... I don't think I can get back up. I guess I should have gotten the figurine first and then gone through here. Anyway. All of his co-workers were gone.
Co-workers were gone. What
What
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
We will.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
will.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose
I haven't
not
been
to
there
think about
yet.
this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Not really. I just want to do this wife thing.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Right, so if I
Now pick up the phone.
No, I will not.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you
Bucky!
see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
No, I want to get to
Comedic
the next
timing
bit.
is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next,
Why?
provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Do not reprint or distribute reader's
Hey,
story.
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery.
Oh no,
Come
that's
along,
what I need to
let's
do.
head
Yeah.
back.
I think. I'm gonna go all the way back. Okay.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for
Oh,
sure.
that door's closed.
The
All the
bucket
doors are
spoke
closed.
to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Okay. The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke to Stanley. Hello, Stanley. How are you doing?
Here we
Okay.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I go right again, right?
What? We're back at the phone already?
No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Oh, please.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I am not.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Ah!
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Hello.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go.
Is it just
You
gonna
ready?
do the same thing all
When
over?
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
I think it's just gonna loop.
Here we go. You ready?
Fine, I'll go to the left.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I'm gonna try one more time. What if I drop the bucket?
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Fine,
You
I'll go
ready?
left.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a
Can't go this
simple
way.
video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Whoa.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
That was so weird. Alright, so that's one. That was not exactly the ending.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Alright.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Shall we do now?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So what if I go...
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
this way?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I can't remember what this one was.
good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh! We care
You
about
see,
Stanley.
your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just
Hi,
sequel
baby.
content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Alright. Oh, it's going that way. Bye, baby! I love that. We care about you, Stanley. Let's go! Adventure Line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Do it.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes.
Sex
It's as
workers.
classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I'm not leaving my bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Aw.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
There
Can
must
you
be a way
guess what
out.
the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I will not. Is there a way to unplug this thing?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular
Yeah, but-
personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Fuck the fans. Oh. Am I in Bucket Destroyer heaven?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Hardly. Now piss off. Yes? Alright, cool. Bucket Destroyer. Let's go.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? Why or how this bucket was speaking to him? It should have alarmed him, of course, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Shit. Let's get back there.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Dude? Did you miss the fact that I jumped off? I guess so. Let's see if there's anything different here.
No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness. I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game.
Am I gonna
if
get
not
learned
addressed
again?
quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Alright.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay,
All right.
Let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I see. So whatever I'm gonna say, it's correct, is it? I love these colors, though. Very happy.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
There you go.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Incredible is what I am, baby.
Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Alright.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective.
Good.
What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
Exactly.
Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Maybe.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you,
me.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
No.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
I feel like
Yes,
a bucket.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
No, not
we'll
everything.
put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All right. Cool. Maybe one more ending? Oh, there's one here too. Figurine Finders Committee.
Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Oh. It's all different though. Cool. Ah! Fly just flew right into my eyeball. Ah. Oh, it's gone. Okay, good. Oh, God. Why is this all different? I'm screwed.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I will actually, because I want to see something else. Oh! Trust the completionist instinct. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources and ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these photos? Cool. Figlies are hard to find. Figlies. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room. Thank you. Good luck. Alright. Figlies. Oh, Stanley figurines. Figly. That is so funny. God. Source of levitation. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiences or local audio sources using an array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up sound from a particular area. Analysis of the recordings allow me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that, in all likelihood, it's coming from a dark area behind a warm place. I also picked up what looked like the reverberance of a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Would you like to know? Right, so behind a fireplace? Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies. Who are you? 666. Lol. There will be cleaning of this wall required. I want them so much. I want to go home. Stop kidding yourselves. Alright, let's go. Broom closet. Yeah! I want to go in.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No, it doesn't.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear
Can't
as
have
day.
it. It
This
already has
broom
a
closet
bucket.
believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I won't.
I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This
Yeah.
is your companion and lifelong friend.
It is.
You can't hand it over. Oh, no.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons. Even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
No, we're
that your
lovers.
relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
Aren't all.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship
Banal,
towards any
banal.
inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Sorry, I'm just shagging this broom. Because it's a broom closet, so I'm letting him have it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
All right.
Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
Thank
no
you.
more debate, no more discussion. Take our hike, broom closet,
I'm
with
not
all
done
your
yet.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Thank you, broom closet.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Do it.
You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way,
I want more
if
stickers,
you're ever
please.
unsure
More
whether the
sticks.
thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
More stickers. More. Gimme. Gimme. More.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment.
smoking
And to
a
be honest,
cigarette.
I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Well, I want another sticker. Another sticker for my buck. Dude. What do you think, Broomy? Fine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Where was the new content? I can't remember where it is. Can I take the to the toilet? Wait. Is this new? Yes!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for
Figgly.
these things. What about mini Stans? Stanley figs. Or
Stanley figs?
What about Stanlerines?
Stanlerines.
Yes, I think I like that.
Figglies.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Figglies. They said figglies. Alright. What if I take Stanley into this pretend elevator? Oh, Stanley the bucket. God damn it. I wish it would go somewhere though. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Thank you.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spirit, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
No, I just knew it was those numbers. I just couldn't remember which way. So can I go up and down? What happens if I go up and down and then
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Wait, what? What happened? What happened? I fell through. And then it teleported me back into the... Okay, that was the weirdest one. I think that was a glitch. Oh, I can't go at all now? Okay, fine.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had all... Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Oh, I think I'm breaking the game a little bit. Let's go back up. Can I jump back out again?
No, said Stanley to the bucket.
No, I can't.
You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me.
How
You
did
and
I do
I
that?
have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Good. Sounds like the perfect partner. What are we gonna do? Do I have to go in to actually... What is down here? Nothing? Oh shit, I can't see where I am. Okay, God. It's really dark down there. I can't even see where I'm going.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument.
I think I have to do
weaving
it.
a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind.
Shit.
Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I did. Ah, there you go.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I don't know. Is there? Let's go back up. It's quiet now. It's never a good sign.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference
There you
where he
go.
would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive
3
when pressing
is
it.
the magic number.
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others.
It's the magic
It would get to
number.
see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Cool. Let's go.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Right, last time I skipped
This
over
was
this.
it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity
again,
to share
three
a true
again.
connection with a loved one.
Oh. Does it say? Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. All the 3s. Cool. Still can't see myself. Cool. Is there another way out? No. There must be, though. Must be. The dude who came up with pizza. I thought his hand was really weird there for a second. Oh, I really can't go anywhere else. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Huh. I don't think there's anything else. There's a coffee spilled. Come on, bucket. Let's get seizures from all the flashes.
There was no one here.
Oh!
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he
One
was
cough.
a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
Oh, like a
They
failing
spoke
relationship.
less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Well, that was sad. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, what did that say? I have to freeze frame that when I edit. It says something like, do not react. The thing is with this game is that I'm never sure whether there's a bug or whether it's a thing that they put in on purpose. But I think with the elevator what happened is that I went out as it was closing, so I glitched through. I think that's what happened, probably. Anyway, we're here. What if I grab... Oh no, I can't. I can't grab the bucket and then come back in here. But yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, that's the thing where it said, don't forget where you came from. It looks like a military base, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I wasn't expecting so many differences with the bucket. I was expecting maybe a little bit like here and there, but it's like a lot of big differences. And with the figurines as well, which is really cool. Which I now have to find, of course, even though there's not gonna be a reward. Maybe there's a reward, I don't know. I might have to go find them. So, whether you want it or not, we're going to finish this game. But thank you so much for joining me as always, and I will see you when I see you.